AI could replace 300 million full-time jobs globally. This is not a prediction for the next 50 or 100 years. This is actually happening right now. But this also means that you could build something well beyond $1 million business without hiring anyone and using only AI. I am Sam Woods. I train Fortune 1000 teams on how to use AI in their operations. And today I'm going to reveal to you how you can automate your entire business or parts of it using AI. But before we begin, let me know in the comments if you have already started using AI to automate your business operations and how you're doing it. Now, before we had all these AI tools and AI agents, a real business would require you to hire maybe 50 to 100 employees to grow, working under one roof and having some set of work rules. For example, founders would oversee tasks, managers would overlook workers, salespeople handle the big business deals, and support reps deal with the customers. Everyone has a function, everyone has a job, everyone has a role. And you would have a bunch of people doing repetitive tasks every single day. But today, already, AI tools can perform most of these tasks. What used to be a core team function, like copywriting, designing, customer support, marketing, even sales, are now easily and efficiently handled by different kinds of AI systems. ChatGPT is very good at generating ad copy, same with Claude. Midjourney and other image models can generate product images and most design work that used to take designers. Descript edits videos. And the possibilities are endless if you just start paying attention to how AI actually works. There's a ton of hype around this, a ton of snake oil being pitched to you, but having worked in these settings and in these businesses for years now, I'm telling you that it is entirely possible to partially or to some large extent automating most of a business that exists online. Because when you start using AI, you're collapsing the time between idea and execution. And that's how one person can now build what used to take 10 or even 100 people. Now, obviously, you're not going to become a global $50 billion business overnight. We're not talking about something crazy here. We are talking about the reality of where AI is today and how businesses function online and with technology. So the question actually is, how can you truly and actually use AI so you can run your business faster and without added risk? Say you want to launch a service like an email marketing agency. Traditionally, you would need a copywriter, designer, project manager, someone who deals with the software and tech. But with AI, tools and systems, you can do it all yourself with AI in just a few simple steps. First, you can feed AI system competitor data. Use tools like Crayon or a similar web to scrape every competitor's website, service page, and pricing. Dump that into ChatGPT to extract patterns, weaknesses, and positioning gaps. Second, generate a differentiated offer. Prompt ChatGPT to compare competitor weaknesses with audience pain points. Then co-create service packages designed to fill those gaps. Third, you write advanced website copy, and that is just using ChatGPT or Claude on your research from step 1 so that it can draft headlines and entire pages of web copy that focuses on positioning your brand as the best and only option in the market. Fourth, you design an authority lead magnet. You have ChatGPT help you draft the whole thing, the content for let's say a B2B PDF guide. Then use professional design tools like Canva that incorporates AI into it, and other design tools that are AI powered like Beautiful.ai to create a polished layout. And you create a hyper personalized cold emails. You combine your research with tools like Clay or Apollo.io, and you use ChatGPT or Claude to generate dozens of outreach variations and messaging, each referencing specifics about the brand and all based on positioning. In the past, this would have taken you several weeks and involved multiple people to get all of this done. But now you can launch it the way I just described in an afternoon. So let's say you launch your business. At first, it was just you handling everything, and soon you started generating some revenue. Now, what should be your next step? Well, you would probably hire a bunch of people so you can scale. But this is not the right approach because now we have AI. Hiring sounds like success. When you tell people that you've hired your first employee, they congratulate you. They treat you like you've just unlocked the next level in business. But for solo entrepreneurs or small teams, if you have a team, hiring often becomes a bottleneck. It can slow you down. It can drain your margins, and it can turn your dream of freedom into a cage of responsibilities that you weren't prepared for and did not expect. The moment you hire, you don't just owe someone a paycheck, you owe them your time, your attention, your energy, and your emotional bandwidth. On top of that, a new employee brings a flood of additional responsibilities like compliance, taxes, contracts, etc. You're not just building a business anymore, you're building an infrastructure to support other people's livelihood. And the more people you add, the more management you attract, and then suddenly your calendar is filled with meetings, performance reviews, onboarding calls, and endless check-ins. But when you lean into automation and agentic AI and AI workflows, you bypass all of that. You don't need to micromanage a system. You don't need to approve vacation days to software. You can design AI workflows that handle tasks, respond to customers, update your CRM, and trigger marketing sequences without you stepping in. You keep full creative control. You get to build your business your way without watering it down through endless delegation. And most importantly, you stay fast because speed is the ultimate advantage right now. When you remove people from your critical path, you move at the speed of decision, not the speed of consensus. So you start by actually mapping out your cost structure. You look at every major business function like content, operations, customer service, sales, marketing, delivery of a product or service, and you ask, can this be done by a tool instead of a person? Wherever the answer is yes, find the right AI or automation solution to replace the human work. Now, this is where most people stop at using AI as just a tool, but that's the shallow layer of AI. The real advantage comes when you start using AI agents or agentic AI. AI agents are not just tools you control, they are self-directed systems that can perform entire workflows on their own without you watching and without you intervening unless you want to or unless it's needed for some reason. They can research, they can decide, they can consider, and they can move faster than any team you could ever hire. You can now deploy AI agents that write, analyze, track, schedule, and even improve their own performance over time. You don't need a robot CEO running your business, just simple, focused agents working together in a workflow and automation, and think of them like specialists. They're each trained and set up and designed to do one thing over and over and over and over again. For example, Sedna or Shortwave can monitor your inbox and instantly flag hot leads faster than a human could. Or you can use something like WriteSonic or any other AI writer to read long customer briefs, even write them all, and pull out the exact tasks your team needs to do. You can build another agentic AI or AI agent system using something like Make.com or N8N to draft responses, schedule follow-ups, and keep the pipeline moving while you sleep. You can create all of this today. The code is there, the frameworks are there, the platforms are there. And no, they're not going to work 100% for your whole business at all times, but you can start to hire agents to do work that other humans would have needed to do for you. There are tools like AutoGPT, Cognisys Super Agent, and Crew AI, and so many more. These aren't experimental anymore. They're already replacing roles at startups and agencies. This is already a thing. It's not sometime in the future. And this is exactly how people are building million-dollar brands today using AI to run the show. So here's your action plan if you want to get started today. First, list out every person on your team. Even if you don't have a team, you need to understand the functions and the roles that would need to exist in order for your business to run. So you list operators, creatives to specialists, all the different functions and roles. Then for each one, you break down what they actually do on a daily or weekly basis. Not just their job title, but their actual function. What is their work that they do? What tasks are they performing for you? If you got 10 team members and each handles 10 recurring functions, you now have 100 potential tasks to optimize or automate. Second, score every task by these 3 filters. Revenue impact, which is how directly it drives growth or retention. Skill requirement, is it creative, strategic, or procedural? Repetition, which is it happening daily, weekly, or quarterly? Finally, you iterate like hell. The faster you learn, the faster you win. Because in the new economy, size does not beat speed. Solopreneurs with AI are outpacing traditional teams by orders of magnitude. When you can move this fast with this level of efficiency, your growth is no longer limited by headcount, which means that your potential is not just 6 figures, not even 7. It is way, way bigger than this. So you've just seen how one technology can replace an entire team, launch faster than a funded startup, and scale with nearly 0 overhead. So the question is no longer, is it possible? The question is, are you willing to unlearn what you were taught about building a business? Because if you're still stuck thinking that success requires a big office, a staff of 20, and long meetings filled with slide decade, let's not make that mistake.